Hello Year 6, today we are looking at Lesson 6, still focusing on fractions, so we are looking to add and subtract fractions using a common denominator. So if you've forgotten what a denominator is, it is the bottom number here, and the top number is called a numerator. So when we are adding and subtracting fractions, it's not that different to what you do when you add and subtract normal numbers. The only thing that is different is that when you look at the denominator stays the same. So it wouldn't do 8 plus 8, which would usually be 16. You keep it as the same because it's a common denominator. What does change here is you see the 3 plus 2, you can add the numerator, so that would equal 5. Alright, so I'm going to get you to have a look over the modelled examples yourself, and I'm going to show you how to do the first question here. So I've written the first question out on my whiteboard here for my working out. So like I just said before, the 4 is the common denominator, so that's going to stay the same. I'm going to put that down right away. What does change is when I add the top number, the numerator. So 1 plus 2 is 3. So our answer is going to be 1/4 plus 2/4 equals 3/4. And if I was to colour in the shape, 1 there and then 2 there, which is the same answer when you count them up. Now, further along on your activities, you also have some subtraction questions, and there's one with a mixed fraction. I'm going to show you how to do the mixed fraction question, just in case you get to it and you get a little bit unsure on what to do. So same with the other ones, we've got a common denominator, so we can already write that down because that's not going to change. What does change is our numerator. So we're going to start with this number here before we do our whole number there. So 8 minus 5 is 3, and then we can also minus, well, we have to minus our whole number. So 2 minus 1 is 1. Now, when you think of this, just a reminder for those people who aren't sure why there is a 1 there, think of it as out of 10 squares here, when you have the number 1, that means that all squares have been coloured in. Okay, so that whole of 10 has been coloured, so that would be 1 whole. So that's what's happened here. If I was looking at that, it is, if I had another one there, 3 extra squares coloured in. So that's 3/10. So that's what that actually looks like written out. Now, if you are not comfortable with mixed fractions and you would prefer improper fractions, I'll show you how you can convert these. So if we had this and we want it to be an improper fraction, you multiply 10 times 2, so you multiply the denominator by this number and then you add from there. So 10 times 2 is 20 plus 8 is 28. You do 28 tenths minus 10 times 1, which is 1, plus 5 is 15. So we get to that. Now we just simply are going to subtract these numbers. So 28 minus 15 is 13, same denominator as before. And if you then want to convert it back to a mixed numeral, then you think, how many times does 10 go into 13? And that's 1 time. And how many have we got left over, which is 3. So you end up having the same answer as before.